everybody. Hello, beautiful friends. This is Lynette, and I garden here in Circleville, Ohio. And today I have a problem. I have extra annuals that need to get put into containers. So I thought I would take you along to do 2 clay pots. One of them is going to sit on like a wrought iron stand. And then I have a wicker stand that I would like to get potted up as well. And it's a good problem to have extra plants, right? So come and join us for a fun day of planting. Since I have all these flowers, I thought it would be pretty to pop this planter here up. I think I'll just remove some of this dirt. I'm going to add a little bit of Pro Mix here. And we'll do some biotone. I was thinking I would do a salvia, a geranium, and this calabrosha, and then maybe like a purple or a pink impatient, and a cracker jack or a French marigold, and then maybe a yellow petunia on this side. Ooh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? How do you guys like my color combination for this year? This purple, pink, and this yellow color. Okay, so I want to show you what's all in here. We have the calabrosha is the proven winners, lemon slice super bells, which is right here. We have American pink mounded zonal geranium, this here right there. We have a Rose Madness petunia, so I put 1, 2. And then we have a French yellow marigold and a East Friesland salvia, which is the purple spiky. So this is how it's looking. Let me give you a further back picture of the urn. This is a really old urn that we got in an auction. And then I just put a clay pot on top of it. But I think it looks so pretty. You know how you water them, they all kind of fall over. So hopefully they'll pop back up soon. And I had this little planter here and I was like, let me just throw some in there. So I put the lemon slice Calabrosia from Proven Winners, the yellow Madness petunia, and the Rose Madness petunia. And then I'll just give you a little quick, this is not a tour or anything. We're in the process of cleaning our brick. So excuse that mess. And there's some pretty stuff I wanted to show you back here in the shade garden. Well, what I used to call the shade garden, and then our neighbors cut down a bunch of trees. So now it's really, probably partly sun garden. But look how beautiful things are looking. This is a salmon substance pasta that's going to get huge. And then over here, we still got the bleeding heart going. And then my phlox decided to show up. It's just a garden phlox. It's so pretty. I love that little hosta. And I got some snowdrops coming, if you can see them. They're tiny snowdrops, so pretty. More of the bleeding hearts over there. I just thought it was looking pretty and thought I'd show you. And then my honeysuckle's looking really good. It's starting to vine over. I stopped recording, but I also kept working. So I wanted to show you guys what I did since I had all those flowers. So I did a geranium, a petunia, a alyssum, a pink petunia, a yellow petunia, a marigold, another pink petunia, and then this is my creeping Jenny that came back for me, and then another little yellow petunia. And I think they turned out really cute. You know, we gotta wait for them to fill in a little, but I went down the line here. Tried to match them up as good as I could. I ran out of alyssum on this one. I'm gonna get some more at the garden center and pop it in there. I just think they look sweet. My little urns here are pedestals with a pot on top of it. Okay, so in this container I put some larkspur here. I put a salvia in the middle, another larkspur there, some yellow petunias and some Rose Madness petunias, and a vinca vine. Okay, we are in my front yard, and I thought we would plant up this urn. Came from a neighbor, and he drove by my house when I first moved in, and he said, "Hey, I got stuff, you like stuff." And I walked down the street and he gave me this and the antique pedestals in my backyard. And in return, I got him a gift card for him to buy a tree for his wife's gravesite. So, and we've been friends ever since. So, you know, there's so many good people in this world, you guys. But anyways, I wanted to show you my creeping Jenny. And I got a little English ivy coming back from last year. Not looking the greatest, but it'll get there. And then what I did was these clumps of creeping Jenny were pretty big. So I went ahead and took some and put in the pots that we just potted up. And I added a little bit of extra soil and kind of roughed it up with my shovel. And so let's get this one potted up. I thought our centerpiece could be this lemon cypress. I don't know, I fall in love with this every year. You know, it's an annual here for us. Unless you want to take it in and you gotta water it galore. But I thought that would look really pretty in the center of this. I ended up getting rained on, you guys. Thought I wanted to come back out here. It was nice because the rain watered it in really good for me. And I wanted to show you everything I have in this planter. Started off with the lemon cypress, gold crest Wilma, and that's that. And then I had some leftover creeping Jenny, like I said, and some English ivy. And then I got a pinto rose geranium. I put a marigold. I put a purple vinca, sunstorm light blue. I did a potato vine. This one is Marguerite. These get huge. A little bit of creeping Jenny in there. Some English ivy. Marigold. Another geranium. And then I just put one of the Yellow Madness petunias in here. And then right above the creeping Jenny is where I sort of put the lobelia. Lobelia doesn't really do that great for me, but I love it, so I keep trying. And another little marigold. And then I love a licorice vine, helichrysum. And that is the licorice vine there. And then another Rose Madness petunia and a little purple vinca. Well, thank you, gardening friends, for coming along with me today. I hope that this will help you and inspire you to get out into your garden. And I hope it helps you to know what annuals do really well for us here in Ohio. And thank you again for joining us. If you like our content, don't forget, you got to hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. Really, really appreciate it. And go find a flower and go find your passion today.